Okay, if you haven't tried it out yet, the Twain chat is a really unique feature within the platform, and it can do two things for you. First of all, it can help you improve the sequences so you can chat with the chat and talk about the changes that you'd like to make about the sequence, and then you can also ask questions about Twain. So I'll share a few examples here. The chat is down in the bottom right hand corner, your chat history will be here, but I can just ask it, how do the credits work? So it's going to give me an answer about the credits. So it explains that they're the currency that you use to purchase different actions in Twain. And then usually if there's a help article related to it, it provides a link to that. So you can go through there and browse through the help articles. So other questions that you can ask it is, where do you find the leads? What does enrichment mean? So what do you mean by enrichment? So this is what Twain's answer is. So it's adding meaningful data points like their core challenges and responsibilities. So I can carry on the chat. How do you find this data like? So there we go. It's explaining that it uses the LinkedIn profile and it searches for the highest matched context. So that's the one use case of the chat, to ask a little bit about how Twain actually works. But let's say you want to amend your copy, that you can also use the chat for this. So in this example, I've got a different campaign and I want to make some changes. So for example, let's say I want to change the call to action here. So I can use this select step option, which automatically tells the chat it's step 1. So this is almost like an inspect element that you may have seen in other tools. So now I can say change the CTA. Okay, so it's gone and made those changes. Would it be worth a chat soon? So I like that change, but I can of course change anything else. So one of the things that I might want to focus on is in a follow-up email, I might want to focus more on the problems. So this one here, number 2, I can either select this as step 2, or I can just select step 2 here. And now I want to say, can you focus more on the prospect's problem? So again, it's gone in to step 2 and automatically changed that copy for me. So once you get used to using the chat, you can effectively rewrite the cadences or the sequences for all of your leads without even touching the email itself, which is incredibly powerful. Just to see what the impact of this change has been for for step 2, it says, just get in touch because we're hosting a webinar on leveraging LinkedIn for outbound, which could be useful for favored client acquisition strategies. Digital agencies often face challenges in acquiring new clients and retaining them efficiently. My guess is this might help in refining your growth approach and addressing those key challenges. Would you find it useful to discuss further? So I'm going to change that call to action, change CTA, and ask if they would like an invite. Would you like an invite to the webinar? So it changed exactly how I wanted it to. And now if I look at other campaigns, other leads, so Tony, for example, just if I update that, that change should be reflected in the call to action of step number 2. I can also use the chat to make messages shorter or longer. Step 3 is a very short email. So maybe I can make it a little bit longer. So I can click the select step and say make the mess email longer. And I'm not allowed to do this. Okay, so this is where I can use the length slider here. So that's just a quick run through of the Twain chat. There's a lot more features that will be rolling out with the chat to make it even more powerful. But I really like the way that, one, I can ask it about Twain and how it works and how it gets the data and why it's important. But then also I can use the chat to influence the output of the campaigns itself. And what I love about this is that the changes for one lead then are rolled out across all of the other leads in my list. So all of these 50, once I generate the message, will have the tweaks and changes that I've made via the chat reflected in the message copy.